Now the reason I did want to touch a little bit on weight loss is because I'm going to make that a priority moving forward with my YouTube channel.
I'm going to make that a priority moving forward with my YouTube channel.
I said in my April Plan With Me that I wanted to make health and fitness a bigger factor into my channel, my content, than I had been previously. And it is partly because I had been at a plateau. Well, now I have been in plateau for almost... See, when was my lowest weight? I should probably just start at the beginning. And by the beginning, I mean I forgot to introduce myself in this video. So if you are new here, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Sammy Jo, and my channel is kind of whatever I want it to be, but in the past few years, I've gone on a health and fitness journey, and I would like to start posting more of that online because I think it will give me some accountability, given the fact that I've been in something of a plateau for almost 1 year. So March of 2020, right? Things have been shut down. We ain't going nowhere. I have no side jobs. I was blessed to be able to still work from home full time, so I had some money coming in. So it was August of that year. I remember, I have the date for it. And I really wish I could remember which creator I was watching at the time, but they said something about progress pictures, and I'd never done that before. I've tried to lose the weight before. I at one point was over 200 pounds. Keep in mind, I'm 5'4". That is unhealthy. That is obese. We weren't quite morbid yet, but I was pretty obese. But in August of 2020, I took my first before picture for, I don't know, just to see what the heck. I can't believe I'm just gonna show this right here. August of 2020. That was me. A few months into a pandemic, and after many years of overworking myself. Like, if you've ever seen the word workaholic in the dictionary, you'd probably find my picture with a face full of food because I'm trying to stay awake to keep up with the amount of jobs that I have. And it kind of filled, I don't know, I was like empty when I wasn't working, you know, and I was empty because I was working, and I don't really know. Maybe my relationship with work and working might be a little bit more toxic than I knew. Like, I'm realizing this right now, that I knew I was a bit of a workaholic, but I didn't realize it was a toxic thing until right now. Thank goodness I have therapy next week, and we can unpack that together. So, anyway, speaking of, actually, the pandemic was the first time that I had only had one job, a full-time income with benefits and everything, just the one job. Obviously, I wasn't doing sports for, well, actually until late August is when I got back into sports, or was it September? I don't know. Back to the beginning. I'm gonna ramble quite a bit. This is a pretty passionate topic to me because I'm very proud of myself. I took that before picture and I just gave myself an arbitrary 3 months. I really pulled all of this just out of nowhere. I was like, well, let's take this picture and see what I look like in 3 months. In that first week, I didn't even like give myself a calorie restriction. I mean, I created a MyFitnessPal and it gave me like something like 1,800 calories, and I put that I was like not exercising. I was just being very honest. I was going on walks just to get out of the house, but I wasn't really like doing anything other than that. We had a park out behind my parents' house where I was living, and I would walk at least 1 mile, sometimes 2. But other than that, I didn't really add any exercise or healthier foods. And I was vegetarian at this point too. I had been vegetarian since 2017. I eat meat now, but this is all just context. So I was vegetarian, going on a couple of walks a week, no other exercise or like healthy meals at that point. So in that first week, I tracked what I was eating honestly. I just wanted to see where I was at and how drastic a cut would have to be. And I was pleasantly surprised that I was actually eating under 2,000 calories, but I knew that, you know, something had to change still. So I modestly cut to like 1,800 and made sure I went on a walk every day, or I would do some kind of at-home workout. I had like 5-pound dumbbells in my room and I did stuff with that. And then after 3 months, I lost 15 pounds. That's like 5 pounds a month. That's huge. I will say this is, you know, tried and true, just based on my own experience. The heavier you are, the first amount of weight that you lose is going to come off real quick, and it's going to be real slow after that. Like, listen, I've been in a plateau for a year now, but we'll get there. So after that, I started, I was tracking like everything. I remember actually my first date with David was 10 days after I started tracking everything. And I whipped out the app and we went out to get pizza, and I tracked 3 slices of Dewey's pizza, and I packed the rest in a box so I could have at my leisure the next couple days. And he met me at this like heavy starting weight and is still with me today. So I guess I'm funny. And so yeah, just from there, the rest of the progress was, slow and steady, and I really liked that. I started incorporating more workouts. I tried my best to come up with some kind of split. But these last 3 years have been very transformative. So I did notice something kind of beautiful was that when I started taking care of myself, a lot of huge things happened. So I started tracking everything, started putting myself first, and then 10 days later I meet David, and now we have a house together. And a couple months after that, I moved into my first apartment with Megan, and a couple months after that, I paid my student loan debt off. Like, I have no student debt now. It's wild. So in the first year, August 2020 to 2021, I lost just about 30 pounds. It was really exciting to see. I started, like I said, at my heaviest I'd been over 200 pounds, but I started August 6th of 2020, weighed in at 193 pounds. In 1 year, I had lost 33.6 pounds. So my ideal goal, since like learning what the right number is for me, my height, my lifestyle, what I want my lifestyle to look like, I want to build a lot of muscle and everything and just be strong. I lift a lot of heavy cameras and, move around, and I want to, be strong and be able to do that as long as I can. My goal is around the 130s, ideally like 133, just to make it an even 60-pound loss since the time I started tracking. And where I hit my plateau, so last year I ran a 5K at the end of August of 22. And at that, a little bit after that, I'd weighed in at 143, so it was a nice even 50-pound loss. And since then, I've been fluctuating back up and down and up and down, and kind of unintentionally, but maybe subconsciously, took a little bit of a diet break. I think the most of what I lost was the easiest to lose, obviously, and I've got just really stubborn fat sitting around my tummy still, like right around here. And then just me personally, I've always been insecure about this little area here, but we gotta work on our tries, and it's one of my least favorite muscle groups to work. So I haven't got that far yet. But the key is accountability and self-awareness here, which is why I'm putting this out on the internet. I'm going to roll out the excuses now. So in that year, I moved out of my apartment with Megan and into the apartment with David for those first few months before we moved into this house. Harley got a little bit sick, and that really stressed me out. He's totally okay now, but for a while there, it was just me living alone with a sick animal for the first time, and I was like really sad and scared. He is absolutely a-okay now. He's perfect. We took 2 trips since then, Dollywood and then Hocking Hills. We had our housewarming party. We were just moving in, settling. I was getting back to work, back to the red season. We got a sweet puppy, and since then I've just really been letting all these really good things that are still, big stresses. You gotta like put a lot of time and attention into them, and I was overwhelmed, and I let things like sleep, and then it was maybe like an extra serving of creamer in my coffee, and then maybe it was, oh, let's have ice cream again, or like, we're so tired, let's go out for dinner again, and it was just a lot of things that were really starting to pile up, and that I have now noticed I've really lost a little bit of control of. So I stepped on the scale this morning just to see where I was at after a big pint of ice cream. That was not Halo Top. That was not justified. We just wanted it. It was hot. So this morning I weighed in at 150 pounds again. So 7 pounds up from my lowest weight back in August of last year. And this is my little message of accountability to start getting back on my grind. I just want to be my healthiest, happiest, strongest, feeling most goodest about myself, self possible. Because David and I have a lot of amazing plans for the future, and I'm really excited, and I just want to be wholly like present and clear-minded through them. So the things that have changed a little bit since my lowest weight, like I mentioned, I was vegetarian before. I was eating pescatarian the last 2-ish years of that, but starting in October, I started eating meat again, and it's been delightful. I am in such a cheeseburger phase of my life right now. It's been really amazing to keep the protein count up. And then the other thing, I really just like stopped exercising because I felt like I didn't really have the amount of time and attention to give to it. Now, I do take Corgi on at least one walk every day, maybe 15 minutes or so. If we're lucky, we get 2. Like if I don't have another game or something, I go on a walk with David and him. But other than that, I haven't really been doing any workouts. The last couple of days I've been trying to like ease myself back into it by doing a quick warm up and like 10 squats and deadlifts, and that's it. Like one set, but it's better than nothing. So moving forward here, I want to really get my nutrition on point and incorporate at least 3 days of solid exercise. Definitely getting my steps in every day. Getting my steps in has been no issue. Getting sleep has been a little bit of an issue, especially on later game days, but that depends on the game days. You know, baseball has been a little bit shorter this season. We had one doubleheader soccer match that got me home at like 12:30 at night, and then I had to get up early the next day for work. So, you know, I'm just gonna get back on my bullshit and see this thing through. I am tired of being in a plateau. I will say this is the best I have felt since starting all of this. Although I will say I did feel better last year when I was working out and hit my lowest weight, and I felt damn sexy in all my clothes. But I don't feel too shabby compared to where I started from. And I've lost the weight before. I know it's possible. Now I just have a little bit more to lose. So my long-term goals are to continue running camera and replay and stuff and be able to keep up with everything and the heavy equipment as long as I can, to keep up with my animals, to keep up with my friends and David while we go hiking on camping trips, and just to live a long, happy life. I am building a foundation for my kick-ass old lady body. You know what I mean? And my short-term goals, 20-ish pounds, and I really want to be Tomb Raider for Halloween. I have said this for years, I want to be Tomb Raider for Halloween, and I just haven't felt snatched enough, not, strong or toned enough. And I'm doing it this year. I pinky promise you, I'm gonna be Tomb Raider this year. Pinky promise me. We're doing this together. The last thing I want to touch on very seriously here is getting it around your head that this is a lifestyle change and that you never stop doing this. When people think diet, you think your life changes after like 30 days or 3 months or 75 days, like the 75 hard challenge. Like, it's not doing that and living with those results for the rest of your life. You have to make that the rest of your life. You have to do what you did during that all the other days. A day here or two, like on vacation or whatever, don't be so strict, but like also keep in mind what you want for your life, what you want down the road, what you want 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when you're old and gray with your partner at your house. You want to be able to like keep up with your grandkids and your little grand puppies, or you want to just sit there and like be unable to do things. Like, you really have to do this for the rest of your life. It's not like a fad. It is not a challenge. It's a challenge, but it's not a timed challenge and you're done and then you're skinny for the next 20 years. It's not how it works. So I'm just here to remind myself and anybody else who might need this reminder that you came this far and you can keep going. You can take a little break, but you can't quit. All right, I hope this wasn't too rambly, and I hope you stick around for the next one because I can keep going on different topics like this, related to this. I can only go so far. I'm not a professional. I'm not a trainer. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a nutrition coach. I'm very passionate, and I'm gonna keep on trekking on. And if y'all wanna join me along on your own journeys, let me know in the comments what you're working on, and I'm here to support you. I will forever just be the worst at ending videos. I'm pretty sure of this. So yeah, let me know what you are working on to better yourself. Are you reading more? Are you getting more sleep? Are you getting more hydration? Are you working out? Are you losing fat? Or are you gaining weight? just, yeah, let me know what you are doing to better yourself, and I can't wait to hear about it, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you so much. Take care. Bye.